For the second section, we'll use longer weavers than for the first section, but not the longest. We're going to save those for the third section. So these are the longest ones, I think. Let's add a few more to these. Alright, save these for last. Now we're going to take the middle ones in terms of length for this second section. Let's see what we got here. Looks good enough. So we begin as before, take one weaver, make one weaving move. It was very important to me for this first work that we'll make several sections of French rending, because that way you really get to learn it well. You know, you get to learn the beginning, the insertion of the weavers. You get to practice the same thing over and over, and it's very important. And also there are more Waling bands and different types of Waling bands. Right, so now we're at the last two here. First one, if you can remember, enters beneath the first one that we weaved underneath it. The second one enters underneath the second one and weaves underneath everything. Great. Now let's put these extra ones into the wrapping. Great. Hope it's a good angle to see what I'm doing. But in fact, you don't really need to see what I'm doing very well because you've already seen it. What you do need to see is just how I work diagonally between my knees like that. And this is a good solution if you don't have a lapboard, but it only really works with shorter willow rods. Once you get to the longer ones, it becomes very difficult. So you might actually want to work on a table if you don't have a lapboard. Yeah, so I'll just finish this second section now. Alright, now we might be able to do another round here, but let's trim right here. These shears will work right here. Now let's trim on the inside. I'm just putting my shears right next to the stake and trimming diagonally like that. Alright, so now we're going to make another single round band like we did before, but now I've placed the camera in a different angle. 1, 2, 3, right after the other, one after the other, right? And we begin our whaling. Don't forget to join at the half. These Waling bands will really shape our basket the way we want. Alright, I think this is the half point. Now let's count. We've started from here, behind this one, right? So that will be 1, 11, 12, 13. So this is where we make our first joint. So this one has to weave now. And now we'll replace this one because the first joint is going to be behind this one. Alright, so first one to join is this one. And last one here. Great. Now let's trim these off. We don't want them to be in our way. Perfect. Very carefully, not to kink it. Beautiful. Everything should be laid side by side, like that. And last one. Here, carefully, beautiful. Now let's fasten our work and continue to another rending section. Alright, so now for this final section I've saved the longest weavers in the group. They're all in the same length group, you can say. They were all about 3 feet, but within this group there were slightly different lengths, so I've saved the longer ones for last. I've started from the shorter ones, then I wanted to use middle ones, and then the longer ones, because as we progress the spaces become bigger, and in order for the sections to be of the same height, we need to use the shorter ones first, then the middle ones, then the shorter ones. I actually think the middle group is a bit shorter than the first group. It's okay though. Yeah, so let's begin now. Same thing as we did before. Inserting them one after the other, progressing towards the left. And many times I will insert my rending rods just so that it just kind of lean upon the stake, but not passing it by much, just by maybe 2 millimeters. And that way I might not even have to trim at the end of my work. Alright, so now we are going to weave the upper band, and we're going to do it just like we've done the lower band or the upset. We're going to start from tips and then join butts and finish with tips. So we're starting with 3 rods, one after the other. Just like that. But let's just make sure that we don't forget to insert the second set of weavers in time. Let's see where we are now. I think it should be around here. Let's see. We started here behind this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, and this one is the 13th, so we start here. So this one has to weave, and I'm sorry, we start here with the second group. I got confused with the other type of band that we did. So we start here. This is the first one of the second group. 1, 2, and 3. Now it's obviously much easier to weave than in the lower band, because now the stakes are loose and evened out, spaces are bigger, everything is easier now. Alright. Let's finish this group. I like to make sure that they finish off right across from each other, but if they're not, it's fine. I guess it's no big deal. If you left your work perfect, like I do, then you might want to check that. So let's see now. Let's say this is the first one we're joining behind this one. So this will be 1, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not right across. So let's, since these ones are thicker, let's get back to this one. Oh, wait a minute, that was 12. Wait a minute. We have this one. This was the first one. And the 12 and the 13th. Oh, it was fine the way it is. This one is the 13th, or the first one of the second group. So we join here first. So we finished right across, but before I join, I think I might fasten my work. All right. Now we're joining. The left one goes first, right? Joining. Don't forget to have some of the bar end towards the inside for leverage. Second one. Actually, we've inserted the first one. Let's weave it. Second one. Let's weave it. And third one. Perfect. Now let's wait here and join the other group. Just finish them off, tapering away into nothing. Beautiful. Next group. Nice. All right. Now I think we can fasten our work again. Just like that. And right. Now these ones on the outside this time. Beautiful. Perfect. We might still have some trimming left to do later. For now, we'll let it go. And now we are going to do the border.